Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, music, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. It's a lifestyle. We are The Culture. Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Culture. I'm your host, Jessica Garrett-Motkins, and joining me today is Daniella Pierre. She is the Miami-Dade NAACP president. Welcome to The Culture.
Hello, how you doing, Jessica? And thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. We are pleased to have you on board with all of the things that the world has. It seems to me that the NAACP's plate is full and continues to stay full. Let's start with an update on what is on your agenda nationally as well as here locally.
Absolutely. And thank you again for having me. So, what's on our agenda, to be honest, is the same thing we've been advocating for since 1909. We're still advocating for educational quality. We're still advocating for fair economic development, access to home ownership, fair housing, voting rights, youth and young adult engagement, health and well-being, much, much more. Our mission has remained the same, and so has our advocacy around the issues that continue to keep us bound. So, yes, our plate is full and our cup is running over, but we are still advocating and standing up for the same issues that we started back in 1909.
And then how does that relate here locally? I know that there have been a number of hot button issues on housing. Is that something that you all have taken under your sphere to bring out a call to action to local residents?
So most of our work, we join in with other organizations on the local front to lend support and to, hopefully to empower them to get engaged in the work and to show a united front. We believe that by joining together, that is that collective power that helps to advance and grow the Black community. So we've been very active around all things housing, and that's both markets for the rental market as well as home ownership. We have done a lot of advocacy work. Many of the initiatives that we see that have come through today have been by some of our housing committee members of the Miami-Dade branch of the NAACP, and as well as our South Dade branch as well. We all share in the collective work to help advance our community forward. So housing is just one of our priorities. And if you know anything about us from economic development, when it comes to contracting and getting the contracts for small businesses, we are all involved with the school board, the county, and different aspects of government to ensure that small businesses get their fair share and access when it comes to contracting.
Let's talk a little bit about another hot button issue here. Virginia Key. Where does the NAACP stand on that?
So we are a supporter of Virginia Key. The history, it's very rich. It's been a part of the Black community since 1945. And we believe that as a community, we need to protect and preserve our heritage. So it is upon us all to join together to protect the history, the heritage, and the legacy of Virginia Key. So I can tell you that something that we did as a branch, we reached out to the decision makers of City of Miami and invited them to come to one of our executive committee meetings. And we're so glad that they accepted the invitation because we were able to get through a lot of the misinformation that was put out there from various sources. But they also got a chance to hear from the NAACP as it relates to the protection of something that's so near and dear to the Black community. While we believe that everyone should have access to safe and decent and affordable housing, we want to make certain that we are maximizing the best effort and the best place so that we can have people not only just have four walls and the roof, but so they can actively participate and engage in society. So we are standing with the trust. That's Virginia Key Beach Trust as it relates to the protection and preservation, of the area. So that's what we're going to continue to monitor. But I can tell you, as a turn of a collective action, we invited the decision makers to our meeting. That was a virtual meeting. It was open, and they came and they, shared the facts, and we responded and shared, our position as it relates to Virginia Key. You will see on our Instagram and various social media outlets, we've already shared our response as it relates to Virginia Key. We did not wait, and you can check it out on Instagram, Facebook, and even on our website by visiting Miami-Dade, NAACP.com.
Yes, it's imperative that we protect our history. Now, I heard something else in your discussion just then. It is that call to action. It is the ability to come at the call of duty. When did you become a fighter for social justice? Do you remember that moment in your life where you just said, I've got to do more?
Yes, and I think at the time that I was signing up for a membership with the NAACP, I did not know it entailed all of this. But I can go all the way back to undergrad. I was actually in a public administration class, and it was, a assignment or something. But nonetheless, I gained a mentor during undergrad, and that was one of the areas of opportunities that was introduced to me, was to become a member of the NAACP. So I signed up since undergrad, and I'm going on 10 years strong as a dues paying lifetime member of the association. And I definitely appreciate my journey within the NAACP. A lot of lessons learned, but I'm appreciative of all that I have gained, and all of the many achievements that we have done collectively as a branch. And knowing that if it's not us, then who? We are called into this work to serve and to carry out the mission of the NAACP. So I don't take the membership lightly. I love the NAACP. I believe in what it stands for and the people that it serves.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, last night you all launched Education Matters. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. That is another one of our new virtual initiatives. Education Matters will feature leaders from our fourth largest school district and from other areas in educational institutions. So, for our inaugural show, we featured the new deputy superintendent of the fourth largest school district, none other than Dr. John Pace. So that was very, very engaging for us. And I'm so glad that we were able to offer him the platform to share his vision, to share his work, and for us to learn more about the deputy soup. So people who joined had a chance to meet Dr. Pace, had an opportunity to ask questions, and to share concerns on how they want to see the progress of our district, all for the betterment of our students.
Now, are there any call to actions that you would like for the community to embrace?
Well, one of our most recent call to action was to be a part of the public budget hearings that were held. There were two that were held in the month of September, September 8th and September 20th. We encouraged everyone to take some time out to read over the budget. I know it's 300 something pages long, but you could do the control find feature to try to find an area that you might have some interest in. But we definitely encouraged everyone to be a part of the public budget hearings. We actually had the county, through the office of Mayor Levine Cava, they actually came on to one of our virtual meetings to give us a preview of the budget, because we believe in public government. So that's one of the call to actions that we encourage all of our membership to be prepared for and take an active part in. Additionally, we just celebrated National Voter Registration Day, and our branch was able to go to 3 different high schools within our community to be able to get our young people excited and motivated to get them registered to vote and to know about the upcoming election on November 8th. That's another grand activity that we had. And I can tell you that we had the support of many of our Divine Nine organizations. Many of our membership was able to attend those events. And also our young adults had an event at Miami-Dade College North Campus. So we definitely took part in the National Voter Registration Day, and we twisted it to a local effort within our community. Additionally, we always encourage everyone to be involved in their local school board meetings, their local commission meetings, local council meetings, and even the local PTAs. If you're able to, we ask you to get involved wherever it can help to impact our community. Many of the meetings now, since the era of COVID, you can watch them online. You can submit your questions by email. So take that extra step so that you can be an active member, all for the greater good of the community.
Now, you mentioned the National Voting Registration Day. Is there any thoughts that you have on this upcoming election?
Yes, I definitely want to see higher turnout for general election. You know, when it came place for the primary election, I think we were less than 20%. And we topped the charts locally of about 1 million voters. That's not a good look, especially with all that is going on, all that we're facing. You know, we should be able to turn out and overturn that vote. So we are really encouraging everyone, if you're not able to go to the polls on election day, do vote by mail or do early voting, but be sure and be certain to cast your vote. Too much is at stake when you do not show up to the polls and vote. So we are hoping that people are excited and encouraged and are encouraging their friends. I always say, tell a friend, and tell that friend to go and vote. We need your voice at the ballot box. Yes, it's okay for you to put all those comments on social media. We appreciate it. But let's get it counted in the ballot box. So on November 8th, please, please, please cast your vote. And if you're still someone who has not yet registered, you have until October 11th. You know, don't wait until October 11th. But you know, time is winding up. You might want to get your voter registration application as soon as possible, so that you will be able to cast your vote in the upcoming general election.
Excellent, excellent. And also check, even if you're registered, go and check and make sure. Check your polling location. Just things may have changed. Just we encourage you to go Department of Elections and just check and make sure everything is the way that it should be. Now, there is something that you all having coming up that is just a great event. It's the Sneaker Ball on October the 1st at Perez Art Museum. Can you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So, you know, one thing about the NAACP, we are known for our Freedom Fun events. That is the signature event of the NAACP. So since the time of COVID, the Miami-Dade branch has not held a Freedom Fund. So this is a return of something that the community is accustomed of seeing. But this year is going to be a little bit of a twist. We're going to ask you to step out, but lace up your sneakers and help us in the fight for justice, because it is not over. So we're asking everyone to purchase their tickets for October 1st to meet us at the Perez Art Museum. And we're going to also be recognizing some individuals who've made some significant impact within our community. And we're going to also take a march on the outside overlooking the Biscayne Bay, and just to reflect and reaffirm our commitment to social justice and equality. So we're looking for everyone to be a part of the great grand event on Saturday, October 1st. It is the return of the Freedom Fund for the Miami-Dade branch of the NAACP. It is open to all. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite, and you can check us out on Instagram and purchase your tickets there as well. But let me tell you this, you do not want to miss the 2022 Freedom Fund Sneaker Ball of the Miami-Dade branch of the NAACP. Jill Tracy will be our host. So she's going to have on her sneakers, and we're all going to have on our sneakers, but we're going to have sneakers on for a purpose. We're going to reflect and recall all of those who fought before us. That's going to, help us reaffirm our commitment to this fight. So we need everyone to be there on October 1st. Lace up your sneakers, get you some Chuck Taylors or whatever you wear. Bedazzle them up. But we want to see you there on October 1st.
Nice. Now, will there be music? Is there food, drinks?
Absolutely. We're definitely going to have some music, and we're definitely going to have some food, and we're going to have some refreshments to quench your thirst. How about that?
I love it. Now, are you at liberty to tell us who you will be saluting?
Oh, absolutely. So for our Housing Champion Award winner for 2022 is none other than Mayor Daniella Pierre for all of the initiatives and efforts that she continues to push through as it relates to housing affordability. We recognize her efforts, and we will honor Mayor Levine Cava for our Housing Champion Award winner. For education initiatives, we are going to honor U.S. Congresswoman Frederica S. Wilson. You know, Frederica Wilson has been a long proponent of educational equity and the 5,000 role models and all of the things she's done, starting back as a principal over at Skyway Elementary. So she will also be one of our honorees. Additionally, another one of my community soul sisters, I would say, we will be featuring and honoring Miss Valencia Gunder for her continued fight in environmental and climate justice. So we're definitely going to be honoring Miss Gunder. We're looking forward to seeing her and her team there as well. And someone who I just said is a legal legend, none other than Attorney H.T. Smith. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Yes. Attorney H.T. Smith was at one point in time an executive committee member of the Miami-Dade branch of the NAACP. He is still a lifetime member of the association. So for all of his work, for all of his efforts, we will be honoring Attorney H.T. Smith at our 2022 Freedom Fund. Additionally, for economic and business development, we will be honoring none other than Miss Terry Williams of One United Bank. So deserving of the award. Yeah. And then we move forward to one of our Youth Council Volunteers of the Year, Michelle Thompson. She's been a devoted volunteer with our youth. So she will be recognized and celebrated by our Youth Council of the Miami-Dade branch of the NAACP.
Now, is that it?
That's it. That's
okay,
it.
I wasn't sure. Sure. You sure?
I believe so. I believe so. But guess what?
If we didn't include you, you need to be there so that you can see everyone from our vast community who has made an impact.
Wait, okay, come on. I was recalling the list.
Okay.
Yes. And this one I definitely can't miss. I think that rhymes. but none other than Dr. Anita L. Petaway. She will be awarded for health and well-being, which is one of the game changers of the NAACP. And we recognize Dr. Petaway because as we pivoted to this new normal, Dr. Petaway was able to lend support to the NAACP and was able to host virtual sessions as it relates to health. So we appreciate her efforts and recognize all that she has done with the NAACP. So we will be honoring her at the 2022 Freedom Fund.
Congratulations to all of the honorees. I was about to say Dr. Petaway, but then I said I will miss the mayor and then H.T. Smith. So let me just say congratulations to everyone who will be honored on October the 1st at the, what is this, the 33rd?
34th?
34th. Yes. 34th. Yes. Freedom Fund Fighters. What else? What is it?
Freedom Fund Sneakers Ball.
Freedom. Oh,
Freedom Fund
Sneakers Ball.
Yes.
There we go. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Yes. I know that all of the things that the Miami branch for the NAACP is doing is worthy of those dollars. So make sure that you support. Head on over to Eventbrite. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you. At any time you have announcements or you want to make something known to the community, please feel free to use our channel. We can definitely get any information that you have out. So please come back if you have anything else you would like to share.
Oh, thank you so much for that opportunity. And we appreciate all the work that you do, Jessica, you and your team at The Culture. Thanks so much for having us on tonight.
Awesome. Yes. And to you, the viewers, come back and join us a little later at 6 p.m. where we'll just get into all of the shenanigans and talk about all of the stuff that you couldn't talk about at work. We'll do it right here. Come on back later on tonight at 6. Thank you for joining us.
The Culture is produced and owned by the Culture Media Group and cannot be reproduced or broadcast